the current General Secretary, is also here. What has happened is that a barricade has been made to sift through the person. So just a select few of the protesters have been allowed and will be allowed into the Princess of Parliament, where the petition will be submitted. Majority of the protesters are outside and they've been separated. You block using a barricade, and as you can see, police officers have been lined up to make sure that they do not breach and enter into the premises. The petition will soon be submitted, but as we wait for the petition to be submitted, let's speak to former General Secretary of the NPP, John Boadu. For you, how relevant is such a protest?
It's a question that you must even answer before you ask me, because if you look at the three arms of government, even for you as the fourth estate of the realm, judiciary is one that, even in military rule, they recognize the sanctity and its importance to every democracy. So for us to be having these skirmishes and trump up charges, particularly the intent is so clear, said that the process that has to be in camera, government leak the information to its own people and was discrediting the Chief Justice before she appears before the committee. I think that is something that we must avoid in our politics, because it will not help anybody. It's just like the Electoral Commission. In those days when things were difficult, things were not transparent, our electoral laws were not very good. That's where you may even be complaining about Electoral Commission. Because one, Afarijan was there, NDC won 92, won 96. He was there, NPP won 2001, 2004. He was there, we lost 2008 and lost 2012. Charlotte Ose was there, we won 2016. So it doesn't matter. I think that it's important that we come to a realization that we must protect our constitutional bodies. If not, it will be a ding-dong or ping-pong game for this country. I don't think that it is the best for this. We've run a democracy for some time now. There hasn't been any major upheavals as compared to the previous republics. So I think that John Mahama would do us a service by not tampering with the judiciary.
Let's talk about participation. As somebody who in 2016 took the NPP into power, and prior to that a lot of protests for which the party organized, what do you make of the participation?
I think that for me it's a very good start. You must take into consideration today is Monday, and we want to make it as apolitical as possible. If we want to organize our people to be here, that place will be filled. Today is a working day. We don't want to cause...
So this is without deliberate organization from the...
Yeah. We don't want to cause a lot of chaos. Commuters must be able to go about their duties without disruption and all that. So these are just genuine Ghanaians who are worried about current events and want to lend their support. You see, we are doing this just to send a signal. If they want this country to be ungovernable, we are capable of doing so. I don't think that we should get there.
What exactly will you do to make it ungovernable?
Well, we can decide to stage demonstrations throughout the year.
But do demonstrations make countries ungovernable?
It does, if you are not very careful.
Unless you are thinking of doing some illegal elements in the protest.
We've seen demonstrations that have turned violent. We've seen demonstrations.
But if you're doing demonstration purely...
We've seen demonstrations that have caused a lot of problems. In this matter that we are discussing, I don't think that we need to test our strengths in mobilization, because we are capable of doing. We don't want to disrupt, we don't want to cause any chaos. So these are just ordinary Ghanaians who are worried about current events, and I think that it's important that the government listens.
There are those who are concerned that the NPP, by taking the lead in opposing the ongoing processes, I mean, the former Attorney General, who's a member of the party, and his client, Vincent Isifo, as an MP on the ticket of the party, have taken the case to court. Key members of the party started this opposition to the process. They are saying that you are worsening the case of the Chief Justice.
The former Attorney General is a lawyer by profession, and not being in government does not mean that he must not work. he's ready to assist anybody. That's what his calling is about. For instance, I'm an accountant. I can be employed or engaged by anybody, including even the NDC. Even the NDC headquarters. It does not change the objective of the thing. So I think that it's important we take note of that. Chachu Chikata was all over the place defending people who had been accused or charged of stealing in this country. He was defending them all over the place. Does that mean that he's a thief or something? No. I think that it's important that we take note of the profession and what the profession and the ethics demands. It does not color the issues at all. I think that it's important. You and I should come to an understanding that we must protect our constitutional bodies. We really must protect her. Look at this woman. She has won election for 5 months now. The state cannot protect her. The state cannot give protection and security in ensuring that the elected member of parliament for Abrokuma North is given to her for 6 months. How is that possible? How is that possible? That the whole national security that are moving from people's homes to homes, that are attacking people, that are arresting people, cannot provide security for one constituency to be collated. And we've all kept quiet as if nothing has happened. I don't think that is the nation we signed for. I don't think that is the nation that we fought for. For some of them in government, they've never fought for this democracy. But they were the perpetrators and they were the beneficiaries of the dark days of our country. We've gone very far. How is it possible that May, after an election in December 7th, the whole nation has kept quiet and has not been able to provide security for the Electoral Commission to declare the results?
We've seen what I've gone through when the EC attempted to do the collation. Absolute chaos.
This is why. Don't even talk. This is so unfortunate for a nation like Ghana, that we cannot provide security for Electoral Commission to declare one constituency. It's a story to tell. It's so shameful. I can't imagine. So if this is how they are going to manage our elections, what will happen in 2028?
But I just really have
276 constituencies. You cannot manage one constituency. It's unfortunate.
For you, I mean, directly, have you heard anything from the Electoral Commission?
Strangely enough, she's a woman. And she's treated like this. No doubt the Chief Justice, who is a woman, is also being treated like this.
There's a link between the two.
We also remember that the former Chief Justice, who was also a woman, it was she that the NDC said that there are many ways of killing a cat. I don't know what women has done to this brand.
The MPP removed Charlotte Osei, who's also a woman.
The MPP removed Charlotte Osei. It is not the MPP that removes Charlotte Osei. Sometimes we tend to want to equalize in this matter. It is her office, her officers.
But in this instance, there are petitions from Ghanaians seeking to remove the Chief Justice. You've not seen any petition from Asiedu Nketia, who is the national chairman of the
Asiedu Nketia has been saying it all the time, that the next place for reset is the judiciary, and after that they will go to Electoral Commission. President Mahama himself on a platform said that they are going to change the Chief Justice. So I will not be surprised that he is the one who wrote the petition to himself. I'm not surprised.
You're suggesting that the president wrote.
I'm stating it as a fact that he has said on platforms that they are going to change the Chief Justice. Then he becomes president. He wrote a petition to himself.
But we've seen the petitions. Daniel Ofori is an individual person. The chief, the police officer.
Remember before the year 2000, there was this gentleman called Apollo. He was the one always obstructing our electoral process on flimsy situations. You remember when the Supreme Court ruled that all Ghanaians with or without ID card should vote? He sent it to court, indicating that, and Tony Eddy led the charge, that they have 2 million people who, for them, they were not able to register, they didn't have ID card, they should be allowed to vote. So I am not surprised, and I'm not suggesting, I'm not giving that allegation. I'm saying that John Mahama wrote the letter to himself. He wrote the letter to himself because he has said it openly. Why are we behaving like we are hypocrites in this country? Why are we behaving like we are hypocrites? Listen to all NDC members, ministers, CEOs, and you can see clearly it is an orchestrated agenda to remove the Chief Justice and pack the Supreme Court.
Can't it be coincidental that the NDC and other independent Ghanaians to have? Well, let's now talk about Blakova North. I was asking if the Electoral Commission have written to you, have you reached out to them on what is happening?
Okay, so I'm sure you know what is going on. We finished with the coalition, and we have 281 polling stations in Blakova North. I keep repeating this, that figures do not change. 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4. You can never change it clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now what it is that the 281 polling stations, we've collated 278. We are left with 3. The 3 we have the pink sheets. Electoral Commission has the original 3 pink sheets. So what are we waiting for? It was then that the last time we were supposed to have finished with it. Then we saw the NDC tax organized by the Blakova North organizer, and they disrupted everything. So we are just waiting for the police, the IGP, to provide adequate security. That's all.
As a stakeholder, have you written to the police individually?
We have done all that we have to do. We've written, Parliament has done the same everywhere. And so we are waiting for it to be collated. Since January 7th till now, 5 months.
What have you been up to this year?
Oh, we are still fighting to be declared. I won the election with 440. It hasn't changed. And under no circumstance, we will leave this seat for them because we won. The people of Blakova North deserve what is right. And they exercised their franchise and they chose Equia. So it is. That is what it is. Nothing will change, and nothing has changed. We are still insisting that they should give the adequate security for Electoral Commission to do its work, as the court said.
Do you fear that 4 years may go by without you entering to the parliament?
4 years won't. We will declare this the 4 years won't.
Yeah, yes. Don't you think that a rerun will be a safe?
No, why are you seeking for? If you know or you knew at the time that you won, what are you seeking for? Why are you seeking for rerun if you know you won? Do you get it?
Have you taken notice that the NDC secretary who was at the collation center has been nominated as the MCE for Blakova North? There were accusations that he was doing that for the purposes of that.
The NDC organizer in Blakova North, together with their PC, and the NDC organizer has been nominated. Yes, I am aware. I am 100% aware.
Are you surprised?
I am only laughing. You see, in Akan language, we say something like, Sawama unyonko entrankwa, ubetredu.
Doesn't mean that you frustrate his.
I am saying, Sawama unyonko entrankwa, ubetredu.
Do you
answer me? If you are a Ghanaian, and you have heard this adage before.
Yeah, that's the adage. Well, thank you very much. So that is a fear-free year. At the moment, the doors to the Parliament House are being opened to the protesters. And then pretty soon we'll get some views from the protesters. Here we are. The Clerk of Parliament is making his way to come and meet the protesters together with the Director of Public Affairs at Parliament House. Alexander Penyumakin and his group are also here. Pretty soon we would get to hear from them.
Move back.
We'll get to hear from them
Space, please. Can we
what their points are, particularly for the Parliament of Ghana.